Well, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller. Welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from April 14th, 2020. And they're at uh, no, actually no, they're at Atlanta, Georgia, I meant to say. All your commentators were Josh Matthews and Madison Rain. Even though we see Don Callis there, but okay. Basically, it was a voiceover thing that they did. I think it's because this whole pandemic, this whole pandemic that's going on. So I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? Who knows? Right. But let's get to the show here. The opening show. So this whole thing of Johnny Swinger is going to challenge M Jackson to a match. Basically, saying I'm trying to remember how he said it. A young buck. Now, I wasn't expecting it to be Matt Jackson, obviously, but when they said something about M Jackson and Young Buck and everything, I'm saying to myself, okay, who's it gonna be? Because I know it's not gonna be Matt Jackson from the Young Bucks and from All Elite Wrestling, because it would make no fucking sense. So who's gonna be? Who's gonna be this M Jackson guy that John Stringer was going to be having a match with? And I thought I was brainstorming. Maybe M Jackson's gonna be the Santana Jackson. Now, probably wasn't making sense because S Jackson, right? Because Santana is the word S, so on the letter S, it starts with the letter S. I meant to say. Um, maybe I thought that was going to be Santana Jackson, because Santana Jackson's gimmick in the Indies is that he's the Michael Jackson indie wrestler. So, spoiler, it was that wasn't him. M Jackson. I said MJ Jackson, and that made no sense there. So who was M Jackson? M Jackson comes out, and there was some old guy. There's an old guy named Mike Jackson. As far as the match was, I don't know how the match went down because I didn't watch it. But I think yeah, of course, Johnny Stringer wins because and by the way, I think he cheated to win. I don't know if he did or not, but I think on commentary they said that, whatever. But I don't care. This was just a waste of my time. Why do I care about some guy I don't even know who he is wrestling Johnny Swinger? Another guy that I don't care about either. This was a fucking joke, and this is how you open up Impact Wrestling. Fuck you, Impact Wrestling. Fuck you. Ace Austin calls out Willie Mack about being a scumbag and everything, and then Trey starts interrupting that, and then says, you're a scumbag for what doing with my mom and everything. And then he's like, how is your mom? And then also they start fighting backstage and everything, and that was it. Nothing happened after that until we get to their match. So it ends up being a match. We'll get to that later. During the commercial break, the Impact roster was greeting Mike Jackson, congratulating him of his successful match and everything. Again, I don't know who he is, but good for him though. I guess that's a positive coming from me. Good for him. The Rascals, Dez and Wentz, versus Triple XL, AC Ramiro and Larry D, versus Reno Scum, Luster the Legend and Adam Dormso, versus TJP and Falaba, a four-way tag team match. And this was good. I wish the match would open up with this match instead of the Johnny Swinger match. Yeah, but the match was good. it was TJP and Falaba win the match when they pinned basically TJP pinned Adam Thornstow of Reno Scum. So yeah, so this match was meant to book a match between the North to defend the Impact World Tag Team Championships against the winners of this match. And after the match, also we see the North coming out. By the way, they came out. They came from the hard camera side of it. I say to myself, I bet they're on commentary. Cause I remember seeing on this segment this before that started where this was heavily edited when the wrestlers came out there. They were talking to someone and the referee was backing them up and everything. I was like, who they talking to? And sure enough, after the match was over, I seen the North coming out of this obviously on the seats because they were on commentary with Don Callis and Josh Matthews that were there. Except when you watch it on TV, they're not the commentators, and the camera didn't pan to the North. So I'm thinking to myself, this was probably a short match. I mean, despite this match being short, because I'm pretty sure they also pan the cameras to the North, well, but they couldn't show that because if they would show that, they would show Don Callis and Josh Matthews commentary, because of what we heard on TV, Madison Rayne and Josh Matthews were commentary. But at the same time, even when this tag match wasn't going on, there was other things that's going on the show here where they show Don Callis there. But the North confronts TJP and Fall Out, so we're gonna have this match again. I think it's gonna be at Rebellion. They're gonna do well this week obviously because it's by the time this gets up it's already happening. But it's not happening. Especially by the time this gets up, it's gonna be hours away before we get to to the actual show of Impact Wrestling, which is gonna be Rebellion. Because unfortunately, with this whole pandemic going on in the world, there is no Rebellion pay per view that was supposed to happen. I can't remember where it was supposed to happen at, but now it's happening in at the Georgia now. So, oh yeah, it was supposed to be in New York. Yeah, I remember now. It's supposed to be in New York, in Manhattan. I think it was supposed to be at the Manhattan Center, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but well, don't quote me on that. But yeah, basically they announced some things that's gonna happen for Impact Wrestling Rebellion. So, for everyone to understand, this could be 1 week of a Rebellion, and then another week, which is gonna be next week, part 2 of Rebellion. After that, I think that's it. After that, I could be wrong, but I think that's just after that because Impact Wrestling are done until everything is cools down, with this whole pandemic going on. God, I wish it was too. But but that's the case, then what they're gonna do for the rest of Impact Wrestling every Tuesday nights on Access? I know Twitch TV is gonna do. They're gonna also show replays and all that. So of things that's going that's happened before all this going on. So Impact Wrestling moment of the week was a match from Rebellion last week between Tessa Blanchard versus Yep Kim. Joseph Ryan, the whole cancel culture thing, skipped it. RVD and K Forbes were at home in the hot tub. Nothing to say about that. Roy Raju was with Gama Singh backstage and everything. Gama Singh was slapped. He slapped Roy Raju because he was questioning Gama Singh, especially with the whole thing with Shira. So I guess they're gonna turn Rohit Raju face. Maybe. I don't know. But Rohit Raju was being accompanied by Gama Singh going up against Hernandez. Match was short, and Hernandez wins. All right, I think it was during this match that Masseray was offended or something about what Josh Matthews said on commentary, and she decided to leave. She's like, she had enough of this. I'm out here, whatever. And this led to a segue where Masseray was hosting a show called the debut show of Locker Room Talk. Now, I don't mind the concept, but at the same time, I know why they're doing this because Masseray is the locker room leader. Her guest was, I hope this is not too by way. It says here co-host Johnny Swinger. I hope that's not the case for the next time because I enjoyed this segment. And here's why. The guest was Smiley Kylie Ray. She's basically, Master Ray is asking Kylie Ray what was it like to be a new knockout, and then she said it's extremely exciting. She's happy. And she'll face Kiera Hogan at Rebellion. I don't know if it's this week or next week. I can't remember, but more to it. We'll get into it. As we go through this review. But anyways, Master Ray wants Kylie Ray to spill the tea and tell her how she really feels about Kiera Hogan. And Kylie Ray said that she loves her and she's really nice, a nice person. That's not and basically that's not the answer that Master Ray wanted. And she invites Kiera Hogan onto the show, and Kiera Hogan informs Kylie Ray that she's going to slap the smile off her face and everything. Kylie Ray fights back and saying that Kiera Hogan isn't very nice, and she leaves. That's basically that's Kylie Ray's character, and I love it. She's all nice and everything, but then she's going to show she shows her character that she could stand up for herself against bullies. That's the whole thing. Whatever this whole thing, So it's interesting to see this match too. Kiera Hogan and Kyrie's been in the ring before. I don't know if they've been in one-on-one matches before, but I've seen them in tag team matches though. So it's gonna be very interesting to see this one-on-one match between Kiera Hogan and Smiley Kylie Ray. Basically, the hottest flame, Kiera Hogan versus Smiley Kylie Ray. And during this whole thing with the whole locker room talk segment, Johnny Swinger was annoying as fuck. Get him off of my fucking TV. Get rid of him. He brings nothing to Impact Wrestling. He has no value in Impact Wrestling. He's trash. Excuse me. After the break, Impact Wrestling shows a clip of Eddie Edwards, versus Michael Elgin at QPW. What that is, I have no idea. But in this show, based on how I've seen this, it looked like Eddie Edwards was working as a heel in this match against Michael Elgin, which was weird. Eddie Edwards was a champion on that show. And then Brian Cage shows up, attacks Eddie Edwards, when Murphy was knocked out, for Michael Elgin to get the win. Michael Elgin and Brian Cage in the ring. Look at the about to do a handshake, and then they didn't do it because it just cut off. And then we're back on to the show of Impact Wrestling. What the fuck was that? Eddie Edwards is working as a heel, doing the heel tactics of Michael Elgin. Brian Cage comes out to save Michael Elgin. He attacks Eddie Edwards. And then Michael Elgin and Michael Elgin and Brian Cage was going to shake hands. Impact Wrestling, what the fuck are you doing? Why the fuck would they air that? So it's official. Trey versus Ace Austin in the match. Now, Trey was doing his entrance of him being a little rascal, a little rascal, because the rascals. And I said, so, but you just had a heated fight with Ace Austin earlier backstage. You come out and you act like nothing happened, and they have a regular one-on-one wrestling match. Like, what was the point of that? Even doing that segment backstage? But the match itself was decent. Ace Austin wins. After the match, we saw Lee Mack said that Austin, Ace Austin, should learn to play mind games with somebody else. He's looking forward for the X Division Championship title to beat him and become the X Division champion. So we'll see. I think that's gonna be part of Rebellion too, by the way. Taya Valkyrie being accompanied by John E. Bravo. She goes up against Tenille Dashwood. Remember the whole thing where Tenille Dashwood is being repackaged, with these video vignettes of her around walking around the city, and you hear the music saying, "Look into the mirror," something like that. Look into the mirror. Something like that. I'll remember how it goes. And then Tina Dashwood comes out. She's back to her old self. What the fuck was the point of these video vignettes? If you're gonna have Tina Dashwood come out looking at what she looked like before. This is Emelina all over again. Tina Dashwood and Ty Valkyrie had a decent match. Ty Valkyrie was dominating the match. Tina Dashwood was not looking good in the match at all. Basically what pertains to wrestling, against trying to beat Ty Valkyrie in the match. She did get some offense in the match, but I just feel like it was a showcase for Ty Valkyrie because Ty Valkyrie is going to go up against Jordan Grace for the Impact World Championship, for the Impact Knockouts Championship title. Excuse me. So, by the way, Johnny Bravo got involved in the match too, which is why Ty Valkyrie got some offense in the match too as well. I mean, got the advantage, I meant to say. In the end, Tenille Dashwood got the win over Taya Valkyrie because of the distraction, roll up and everything. After the match, Taya Valkyrie attacks Tenille Dashwood, with trash cans, chairs, burying her and everything. Johnny Bravo try to stop it and everything, even though he was helping a little bit. Until he's like, until in the end he's like, that's enough. And Taya Valkyrie didn't want to listen. And also Jordan Grace comes out, and I say to myself, where the fuck you been? Where the fuck you been? You wait. How long you wait? Like 3 minutes until you finally decide to come out to help. Tenille Dashwood after the job's already been done. What the fuck? And then that was it. Joe Grace comes to the save, and Tenille Dashwood was okay after that. And I say to myself, no paramedics coming out to check out Tenille Dashwood. Joe Grace just picks her up, and she's fine. What the fuck is this? Is everyone backstage high with RVD? Oh, but then again, RVD's not there because he's quarantined with Katie Forbes at home in his hot tub. Tommy Dreamer and Randall were challenging OVE to an extreme match for Rebellion. So there you go. At this point, Josh Matthews runs down the cards of Rebellion. Let me see if it's here. No, actually, no, it's not, and it doesn't even say here either. Wow. I gotta find myself then. One moment, folks. Impact Wrestling Rebellion. No, not Jesus. All right, I'll find it, folks. There we go. Rebellion. All right, here we go. Ken Shamrock versus Sami Callihan, which I'll get to. Oh, where we get to the final segment on the show. Kylie Ray versus Kiera Hogan. Ace Austin versus Willie Mack for the X Division Championship. And OVE, that's going to feature Dave Christ, Jake Christ, and Matt Fulton versus Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and to be announced, I bet it's going to be Sabu. And there you go. That was the card for. Yeah, that's it. Unless they unless something else happens on the show here too for Rebellion, which I hope they don't, because they should treat that as a bell to bell, special event. Basically, just wrestling, no segments at all, no skits, no segments. Just, I mean, if you want to do segments where it tends to promos and everything, fine, but let it be about the wrestling. So, but we'll see. But then again, I digress. And they probably will show a replay on Impact Moment of the Week and everything, on the Impact Plus thing. Anyways, main event time. The main event will feature Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. That was this whole contract signing was hosted by Josh Matthews at one point, until when Ken Shamrock came out, and then when Sami Callihan came out, that's when Ken Shamrock, that's when Sami Callihan kicked Josh Matthews out, and I'm surprised there was no securities there, in case anything happens, because Josh Matthews is not there now. And by the way, I'm supposed to trust Josh Matthews to break these two guys up if anything happens. Stupid. So Sam Callihan gets the microphone, tells Ken Shamrock he knows he wants to choke the living life out of him, but he can't, obviously, because he got to more his word. Because if that happens, then there's no match. Their contract signing has been issued as a no contact, which means no fighting. So Callihan congratulates Ken Shamrock of his years in TNA and Impact Wrestling, which are in the way, but he believes that this will be the most talked about match of his career. Callihan informs Ken Shamrock that he makes ratings. He wants Shamrock to thank him for giving him so much buzz. Brings up Ken Shamrock's family, and Shamrock gets up. He gets pissed off. Callihan tells Shamrock to keep standing on there, and he calls him the world's most dangerous bitch. And then Ken Shamrock gets pissed off. He tries to go out to Callihan. Callihan presses the button, on the button to hack into to the stuff that he's been doing before. Also, we see people wearing ICU masks, surrounding the ring and everything. That Ken Shamrock goes after one of them, and then we get a cinematic, segment of Ken Shamrock backstage. All these ICU people with the face and everything. At this point, it wasn't a match this time. It was just that they made special effects of it and all that. So Ken Shamrock is looking for him. He's Scott D'Amore's trying to stop Ken Shamrock, but Ken Shamrock pushes him on the way. He gets in his car, and his phone rings. Basically, Sami Callihan got in the car and was driving away, and then Ken Shamrock gets in the car and he's like, fuck that car and everything. Also, he gets a phone call, and it was Sami Callihan. He tells Ken Shamrock that to make sure to tip his driver, and his driver ends up being one of the ICU guys as well. So basically, Sami Callihan has mind control and hack into people's brains to turn them into ICU people. And that was it. That was the end of the show. That was weird. That was the weirdest segment I ever seen. I think Total Wrestling was 5 matches. Yes. My overall strength for the show. To me, the show wasn't that good at all. I couldn't get into the show that much. So 4 out of 10. Just wasn't into it. And that being said, I'm done. So thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. This was your Impact Wrestling review from April 14th, 2020. Until next time, folks, which is going to be Impact Wrestling Presents Rebellion on free TV, on Access TV in a way. So you'll stay well, stay safe. Take care of yourselves during this pandemic of the CD player. I'm out. Ta-ta for now.